Emotional debate rang throughout the chamber
If you support good, clean government,
as lawmakers tackled one of the session's hot-button issues. Ethics reform has grabbed headlines all throughout the 2010 legislative session, and it finally took center stage. The proposal contains several provisions addressing the way politicians conduct their business.
And so I think when you look at the bill as a whole, it's probably the most aggressive ethics bill that you'll see in the country.
The proposal prohibits lawmakers from serving as lobbyists for 2 years following their time in office. The legislation makes it illegal for an individual to transfer money from political committee to political committee with the intent to hide its original donor, and the bill reinstates campaign contribution limits. However, opponents argue the campaign contribution language doesn't apply to members of the General Assembly.
This bill has a $20,000 limit, which is just outrageous, only for statewide. It exempts the members of the General Assembly. So we clearly know that the Republican majority wanted to exempt themselves and put restrictions on other people that are running for office.
the campaign contribution cap applies to members of the General Assembly, period. And if you all have some concern about making that clear, we'll fix it and we'll make it clear.
The bill also prohibits lawmakers and their staff from receiving more than $2,500 in gifts from lobbyists per year, and it makes obstructing an ethics investigation a Class D felony. The broad bill is more than 60 pages long and addresses several areas of government reform.
It is an omnibus sham bill. I mean, there are so many things in here that have little to do with ethics reform that it just, I don't know where you start with that. So I'm hoping the Senate has a little bit more wisdom in this.
You've got Democrats around the state talking about how they want ethics reform, but whenever the bell rang and they had an opportunity to stand up for the citizens of this state, they said no. And I told you why it would occur, and the reason it's occurred because they don't want ethics reform.
Lawmakers approved the bill along a party line vote. Since the legislation was a Senate bill, it now returns to the Senate for debate. Lawmakers are in a race against time to pass the bill because the 2010 legislative session ends Friday, May 14th at 6 p.m. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Jonathan Lorenz.